Remy Presses was left-handed, so he taught us how to move the cane from the right to the left, basically in every single drill that he did. So I'm going to demonstrate first just the basic flow drill, over the top, lateral, lateral. And the fascinating thing is, depending on what direction that I use my check hand to push his cane arm in, okay, he'll either start off with a backhand or he'll start off with a forehand. There's no real quite set pattern to this, just depends on where you land. So on the left-hand side, what we're looking at is, I'm starting from open, just like I said, and he's got his cut down, and from this point, I'm going to cut underneath, and as in the right-hand version, my hand is closer to me, so that what I've got is I've got to cut this way. Now he comes back, he starts his 12, and bang, I'm going off to this side. I'm following the direction of the puno for my step. Now notice, just because of the way it ended up, he ended up on the backhand side. Totally fine. I ended out this way, I flipped the pancake, he does his strike, and I slap that down and I cut. And again, I flip the pancake, he comes back on the other side, and I cut this way. Now, what's he going to do? Well, he set back up right away for the 12, and I'm off to the side. And I'm off to the side, and here he comes in, and I cut, and so forth. And handling the midline cut with the right hand, he comes back this way. Well, it's the same thing with the left hand. He goes midline, bang, I've got the cut this way. As a training thing, I'd swing his arm here, and I go back to the other side, and I cut. So what we've got is we've got high line, midline, low line. It'll feel a little cockeyed if you're not left-handed. But as you train it, you'll end up being ambidextrous. And this is one of the key benefits of doing this type of drill in modern Arnis. All right, just as the same as with the right-hand side, the basic flow drill, 12-12, midline, midline, low line, low line, on the right side morphs into give and take. It's the same as left versus right. And this is also an interesting one to do because initially, when you're delivering the left hand, your perspective is a little bit skewed as well. But you've got the same type of thing where you're going for the cut. Perhaps I go here and he goes cut. And notice he's coming back on the midline. Okay, good. And I've got the here. Perhaps I stab and he cuts. And I've got the cut and cut, 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 and cut, 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 and cut, 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 and so forth. You've got the same footwork, you've got the same aiming on the arms, you've got the same checking. But now left versus right, it's going to throw him off. It'll throw you off until you've developed it. But once you've developed it, then you're going to have just a little bit added advantage and so forth. So give and take, left hand on right. I won't even go into give and take and shifting it to my right as I go. I'll let you play with that yourself. Now, let's get on to the 6-count drill. Now, the fundamental 6-count with the left hand, the key thing that you want to remember is this. The cane moves in the same direction. Let me show you what I mean. We have the green on top. So he does the 1. It's the same move. I come in either with the 4 or the 8. It's the same move with the left hand. In terms of how the cane moves in the air, he does the 12, Here's the green, good. Here's my left hand. I follow, I've got upstairs. There's the green in my left hand. He does the strike down here. I've got the drop shot. And I come back with the 12 with my right hand. Well, look at it with the left hand. The cane does the same thing. You've got your block. You've got your hit. You've got your over the top. You've got your hit. You've got your drop shot. You've got your down. You've got your block. And as you see the green move, it ends up being the same thing. Now, so he strikes, and I've got my step, and bang, and just like I did with this here, stepping to the right, I've got my right, and now I've got this here, and I can either step backwards. On this side, I prefer, go ahead, to step forward behind the arm, and then I'm right back over the top, and he comes back, bang, bang. I'm off to the side, and now that time I went back, and here, here, sideways, here, behind his arm, and so forth. Now this one, because of the back and forth and crisscross, should feel even a little more cockeyed than the flow drill. But the key thing is you look at, he does the right side, I have my block and I have a stop. Okay, good. I have a block and I have my stop. I've got my strike and he comes over the top and I have a clear, well, this one, same thing, a clear. This last one, a little bit funky to move, but you still get the idea. Where you got here, and I stop the elbow on his 4. Well, so his left hand on the 4, I have to drop, and more often than not, I will crisscross my arm in front of his arm this way, so to stop his forward motion, as opposed to dropping it down. Remember when I said in the right-hand side, you drop it down, you might get whacked in the knee. So smoothly and relaxedly, I start off and I've got bang, and I move, and I go here, oh, and I gotta go to the other side, here, and then we go down, and here, and I go again to the side, and I move to the side, etc. This one, oh, it's going to feel bad. And that's good, because that's going to take the uncoordinated side and it's going to move it up. So hopefully you become on a par with your coordinated side. All right, now the Curatus, or the semi-free sparring with the left hand. Now, the first 3 options are the same as the right hand. We were going 1, 2, 3, and then we had the bicycling punos. We had move this over with the stick, move this over with the stick. I come here. We had pass and go with the palm punch, pass, go with the back fist, and then back into. We can do the same thing on the left-hand side, where if I'm going bang, bang, and I come in this way, and we start off with my beloved term, the bicycling punos. But we've got here, bang, I drop this here, bang, and now I've got the palm, which goes into the back fist. This comes here, which goes into the palm. And then now I've got my deflection with the stick, deflection with the stick. And again, the same concept on the deflection with the stick is that you're here, you're looking at bang, or you're looking at bang. So the left-hand side for those is the same as the right-hand side. You've got your puno action, and let's say I draw out for the thrust. She parries, she comes back with the puno. I draw for the thrust, bang here. She comes back with the puno, and this time I come underside. I flip this over for the back fist. She comes in again with the puno. This time, as we go here, my hand draws under. I hit with the palm. And then we have the vertical cane which comes up and over, or the vertical cane, which comes up and out in that fashion. Now, those are, let's say, the patterns. Now, there were several sparring patterns that the old man also introduced, and I'll go over them very, very briefly. So what you've got is you've got bang, bang, and right on the up, there was this sweep stroke that went in here. She comes back with a puno. I parry, I strike, she comes back with the puno again. Now, right at this point, notice the hand clears. As the hand clears, I or both of us create distance, bang, and we're back to doing what we were doing. You're here, and here it comes, bop, 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 out, bang, 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 and so forth. That's the first one. All right, now the second version, there's a safe way of practicing, then there's the application. And you've got the same entry where you come in, sweep so off the puno. So you've got bang, 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 and here I come in off the forehand, and she comes back, and as opposed to parrying or grabbing the wrist, I grab the cane right where her grip is, you see. So we're here, bang, bang. Now, at this point, the safe way is I shove this forward, and at the same time, I position her stick so that the next action, when I slap this down, I will hit the stick and not whap her in the head. And then we clear, and we've got bang, 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 like that. And now, application-wise, it goes a bit more like this. We come in, and I've got the same sweep. I've got the capture here. I'm going to bring both of these over. So what happens is that I activate that check hand, but notice I'm not putting this up. I'm actually going to throw this away so that when this slaps down, bang, I've got the hit. If you've got control, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you do the safe way where I go here, 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 and I've got this here. She checks, and we've got the stick up just for her protection, and I draw it out. Bang, 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 bang. But here, 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 here. And then notice I control, I clear this out, and so when I drill it, I will drill it actually throwing the arm away, and because of the right angle position of my wrist, once I'm here, I can control. But at the same time, as one of my teachers, Manong Ted Buat, said, no room for discussion. I'm spot on. So whichever way you practice that, be safe. But you've got the same entry as the first one. Bang, and you're here. Whether you bring the cane back this way or you flip it this way right away, it's up to you. We've got safe, push this out, bang, or we've got you're here, and I throw away application and bang, and come back out, and we start again. Once I capture the cane, as opposed to bringing it to this side, I'm going to wait until I draw out the check hand. So what we've got is we've got bang, 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 and we've got the same entry where I go here, she comes back, and now I draw this across. She checks, I flip down the drawbridge, and then I step in, and I complete the lock with a compression on the elbow. Now, we aren't done here. We've got the palm. When I'm training, I'll pop the person in the forehead just to make sure I'm not doing the controlled karate thing, you know, like that, but just ding, and then I clear, and we're right back. I come back in, and you see where I've got this on my shoulder, but I've got the puno crisscrossed. She sees my forearm. That activates like a backhand strike, and right on touch. We've got here, right, touch, bang, that comes down. And now this is nice and close. bing, and clear out. So we've got here and sweep stroke. This time, as opposed to here, I go to the other side. This is a choice, one of the two. Bang, drawbridge comes down. I compress. I step in for a close-in strike. I retreat right away. Bang, bang, here, 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 here. And then we continue, bing, 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 just like that. I'm going to show this next one from this side because what if when I go for the punch, I haven't got her arm depressed far enough and she parries the punch? Okay, so we've got my entry and we have my capture, and here I go. And let's say I go here, but perhaps this slides out and she has the parry. Okay, I can't smack her. Or I'm here and I don't fit this in deep, and maybe she's got a short cane, it slides out. I don't know. Somehow, that parry comes alive. Right away, here comes the stick, bang, and I clear out. So you've got the same entry right into here, and you see how the moment she tags my hand, that activates the stick very much in the same way that when I had the stick here, she saw the back of the arm, that activates her check, and oh, bingo. This hand wasn't on my arm anymore. I knew it was going somewhere. Pop, here comes the strike. So, we got here, and there we are. Drop that cane down, whoops, and I clear, and we're right back into it. Now, this next one is where you insert a poke or conceptually a distraction off to her right-hand side. So what we've got is we've got, again, the stroke here, parry. Now, you see how I achieve point. Bang. And right from this point, I'm going to go for the capture right where the thumb is and a strike. In drill, we'll go on the muscle, tap. In reel, if you have like a padded cane or something, you can come in, you can hit the hand. But from that point in time, just like the last one, I come back up with aiming the puno, going from here, she traps, bang, I step in, bang, and again, just like the last one, if that hand escapes and goes for the block, I've got the whack on the hand and I drill. So here, 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 notice how I bring this out, bang, crack. Stepwise, step by step, capture, here, here, come across with that backhand and down and bang, crack, and I go. So that last on the parry, the very, very last check is an option, or you can just go right straight down to the pop and clear and come back. But again, step by step, done broken, or what I call stop action, is you've got your first action, she's defended. Second action, I pull off to the side a little bit, I capture, I thrust, she defends. Now I've got two things at the same time, bang. Now you notice I'm on the rocking horse. I actually roll back to create distance. Hit, I come across, I retain flagpole position. I go here with the puno, right on contact, that draws down. Here comes the elbow. If she has a firm grip, bang, wonderful. If she lightens that grip and checks, bang, wonderful. I clear, and we're right back into the Sinawali pattern. Now, this next variation, this next type of left on right semi-sparring drill. You've got, again, this here, and you remember we went with the puno, dropped this down into the elbow, and then used my own elbow to lock. This one's slightly different because I'm going to go up high. I'm going to put the cane right here. Now, I'm going to turn sideways a little bit. You notice how I create this diamond. What I'm going to do from here is I've got an adequate size hole to snake up, lock over the wrist, and draw down into a lock this way, you see. So, if I'm here, bang, I've got this here. I go high, I connect, and then I'm up and under. And then I have a combination of twist, the pressure on the inside of the elbow because I pull down and up, so I've got a rotation. I've got this here, that buckles the knees long enough for me to deliver what I like to call in my school a noggin conk. So what you've got is you've got here, here, up into here, go high, slide, and go, just like this. Now, watch out for one thing. If you're coming in here and you do a hard grip on this, you might not be able to extricate your thumb quick enough to actually insert the hand. So the moment that I contact, notice how my thumb came out from around, and I have basically an open palm this way where I can insert and go down. So if you do a hard grip on the thumb, okay, much smarter to go down into the elbow. You do a soft grip on the thumb, okay, you can go high and then bring it up and in and down. And of course, from this point, this releases, and I can circle this way, or I can flick the arm underneath, clear, and then we're back to our drill again. Now, I don't know if you saw it on that one, but you can capture the cane without the use of the counterforce of the thumb. Bang, up high, insert, up over, down, release, get out of there, start drilling again. So that's another type of variation. All right, this next one, you have what I call an around the world type of action in which you're going bang, bang, and you're here, you've got your Sinawali, and as opposed to coming across and going bang, you see how she's got that check, right? That's what you're not doing. You're going here and you're swinging, and notice how I have my stick, and then here's key. I'm gonna have a horizontal position of my puno because now I'm going to bait her. I'm going to whack her in the head, and I'm gonna go strong enough so she parries. Now, the moment she parries, I'm going to, what they call in Tai Chi, empty out my arm. So I'm not gonna go, we're gonna force this. I'm gonna go, all of a sudden, it's gonna feel like a balloon, but I'm going to go towards the back of my hand. So she's actually gonna end up riding my arm, and I just lock this baby over and pop, clear, and so what you've got is you've got here, and it's off the backhand stroke, just like this. Now, the nice thing about, if she does a power parry, here's the interesting thing. If we just go light and foofy, the hand's gonna go just about here, and you're gonna go, how in the Sam Hill will that ever work? But if I go to slam her, look how far that arm went across. Yeah, that's what you're looking at. And from here, one could draw this way, and then I lighten up on the puno because I want to lock that. I lighten that up so that we can draw out and go back to play. Sweep stroke around the world. My puno comes up, bang, here comes the wrist. Bang or bang, I withdraw, and there you go. There's a variation on this that she says is mean. I kind of like. And this is if the person grabs or clamps your hand instead of parries. So again, what you've got here is you've got going in off of your backhand, and you go around the world, and you're up here, and you've got your slam. Now, you draw this across, you loop, and here's the fascinating thing. I'm going to take everything away, including this arm and my arm, and notice I am in the center lock position. When we have our arms bound up like that in the center lock position, I'm up at this point. Oh, just go ahead and just not. And I crank down like that. She'll break both knees, slamming them into the concrete. So that's not what we're going to do, but that's the concept of that crank down. So what you've got here is bang, bang, bang. I come in off of my backhand, and I've got this nice big swing, puno's up. I come in here, she clamps, good. I ride that clamp, I secure it with the butt of my stick, and now, watch the elbow. This is going to be like really slow because I've got the center lock, and thanks to her grip, it's secured. Now, if I'm here and she wises up really quick and lets loose that the grip here, okay, boom, straight, or, I mean, there's lots of things you can do from this, but let's do that again. And we've got here, right off of my backhand, nice, great, big, giant circle. Here this comes in, she clamps, and I ride that clamp. There's my puno. Down she goes. In the drill, right at this point, I'll release the puno, I'll swing this through, and we're right back to our drill. All right, this last one actually ends up coming off of the continuous punos. And what we've got is, I'm just going to go ahead and start it up. We've got this here, and let's say if I go here, and she parries, and we have the puno. Now, as opposed to continuing to come up, I'm going to come down, and just like in one of the previous ones, I step in, I've got the elbow, I've got the bang, and I clear. So, bang, bang, bang. This time I'm going to come in off the backhand. Good. And I can even start with the midline puno, as opposed to going over the top a couple of times. So it doesn't matter if you enter in here. This way will probably be the easiest way to learn because you're already set up for the puno, and bang. And if she hasn't taken her hand off, but she all of a sudden feels that come in and she clamps, oh, that's good. I like that. Bang. Now, to get a clearer vision, let me shift to the other side. All right, so for a clearer view of this, I'm going to come in off the backhand, and here we go. We could be going bang, 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 and I insert and I step in right away. And just like one of the other ones, like I said, bam, you've got the hit. Or we can be going here, and I insert off the backhand, and right away, I come low. I step in. When she's got this here, I don't want to try and do this. What I want is, I want the elbow position, but I want the weight to create the clamp. Bang, step out, and continue the drill. Now, those are the ones that were taught to me by Professor Remy. Once you know these basics, oh boy, you can create variation upon variation upon variation. And one of the interesting things is you'll find is that there are some that you really like. And there's some that perhaps you don't like. All good, no harm, no foul. But these are what I would call the prearranged semi-sparring patterns. And they throw more tools in the toolbox when you've got the left hand going. Now, left hand tappy tappy. Let's get on to that next. All right, again, left hand, right hand, same thing, because what you're looking at is you're looking at either creating a crossbar or a reverse crossbar configuration of the person's cane. So let's say I strike on the forehand side and I go bang, and I counter, I block his strike this way. In order to create a crossbar, I have to really wing this over here. So he really sees the back of my arm, the back of my hand, so he knows this is coming. And as he clamps, I move his arm through his shoulder. I don't try and just go like this and fish for the stick. No, I move his arm through the shoulder, and I insert, and at this point in time, I throw the latch. Now notice when I throw the latch, or I put the puno over the top, that creates pressure in and of itself. I can either take him down or I can follow up with a strike. So you've got here, bang, bang, and I come across just like this, and we have the latch like that. Now, let me do this on the other side so you can see the lock-over position of the puno. Good, so you watch this, bang, bang, and you see how this goes nice and big. He goes for it. I flip this now. You see how I pull this in, and the puno goes over. You can lock it even if you only have 2 fingers. If you have a longer puno, which I don't normally do for myself, but if you do, okay, that's fine. It makes it easier to latch it, lock it in, and go. Now the reverse crossbar, we've got here, bang, and this time I'm going to come off to his right ear side. I go, just like the right hand, I go nice and wide, give him something to look at, and I fit this right in. We have the reverse position, his arms are crossed, and that creates the lock down. Bang, maybe I hit him, maybe I just yank him to the floor or whatever. So, simple, simple, strike right into here, and come in, and then I'm moving the arm. Throw down the bar, throw the latch, and I drop it down. All right, on the right-hand side, you saw me execute what I call a flagpole, where we're here, bang, bang, I go straight in, and I lock this against the back of his hand, and I maneuver him, I crank his wrist or whatever. On the left side, it doesn't work, because I'm here, and notice I go straight, he clamps, I throw that lock, look at his fingers. I have no wrist lock, perhaps he opens up his hand, peels his hand out, oh, lefty comes in and plays, either slugs me or traps down my hands, oh, then the right hand lets go. I get myself in a world of trouble attempting to do a flagpole on the left side. So what you're looking at is you have either a crossbar configuration, you have a reverse crossbar configuration, but you don't have flagpole. So you can come in off the forehand strike, you can come in off the backhand strike for both the crossbar, the reverse crossbar. Flagpole's not going to make it. So tappy tappy on the left hand.